Today, we're going to play Lambos or food stamps, talking about what Michael Burry from The Big Short is buying big.
His boldest move in years. After dumping nearly every stock last quarter, he's back. And this time, he's buying big. 5 stocks. That's it. And one of them is down more than 50% from its highs. Another is trading at a price to earnings ratio nearly half its historical average.
Which, by the way, nobody needs to even worry ever about. Let me tell you what, PE ratios are worth as much as a flying monkey donkey. I mean that. There is no sense in ever learning what any company's PE ratio is ever again for the rest of time. Anything fundamental wise means absolutely dog doo doo. I mean that. So don't even stress on it.
While most investors are still playing defense, Burry's leaning in, targeting strong businesses that the market's currently overlooking. It's concentrated, it's aggressive, and it says a lot about how he sees what's coming next. Today, I am breaking it all down. What Burry is buying, what he's sold, and most importantly, what it all means for you. But to really understand what Burry is doing now, we need to look at what he did before, because his Q1 reset wasn't random. If you only looked at Michael Burry's Q2 moves, you'd think he suddenly turned bullish out of nowhere. But
This is one of those things when so I used to go on TV all the time. I think I've been on TV 200 times. Yahoo Finance, Benzinga, just all over the place. The only one I didn't get on that I wanted to be on was CNBC. Everything else I was on. One thing that I remember talking about with my publicist at the time, and she's like, listen, just go give your opinion. It doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. It's just your opinion. And what's funny about that is that nobody remembers if you got it wrong. They only remember if you were right. And then you can hang your hat on that for the rest of time. For example, Michael Burry being right with The Big Short, right? They made movies about it. Now people follow his every move. And it's just like, you know what? He may be a really awesome investor, but he just had to get it right once. And then people think he is a sage, right? He is the guardian angel that they need to follow. So I don't know. Maybe he's got some great picks. Maybe he doesn't. Let's see.
the full picture starts earlier, with the total teardown he pulled off just 1 quarter before. In the first quarter of 2025,
Exactly. Michael Burry has called dozens of the last three recessions. Exactly. Peter Schiff, my publicist, also was Peter Schiff's publicist. Just putting that out there.
Burry nuked his entire portfolio. He sold out of 12 different companies, not trimmed, not reduced, fully exited, gone. And it wasn't some random batch of penny stocks either. I am talking major names across multiple sectors. Chinese tech giants like Alibaba, JD.com, and Baidu, all wiped clean. Big healthcare names like Molina and HCA. Consumer brands like Canada Goose and VF Corporation. Even fintech and insurance players like Oscar Health and American Coastal Insurance. Every one of them cleared off the board. This was a full reset. He basically took the HA sketch and shook it clean. So what was he doing?
Well,
Well,
okay. When I watch a video and it's AI generated, I click off so fast it hurts. Did anybody else just catch that? Number one, this is 1,000% AI generated. But did anybody else catch this? Hang on. Listen.
basically took the HA sketch and shook it.
The HA sketch. Go jump off a bridge. God, I don't even want to watch the rest of this. We're going to see what these stock picks are. But when somebody has as little effort as not even record, first off, you're not doing any of the animations. You're just throwing that in a computer. Second off, you're not doing any of the voiceover. You're just throwing that in a computer. Put the minimum amount of effort into here and just read your script. Come on. HA sketch. Jim, give me a break.
It clean. So what was he doing? Well, Burry has always been someone who likes to move when the crowd gets too comfortable. And back in quarter 1, a lot of these names were riding momentum or clinging to recovery hopes. Chinese stocks were bouncing off lows, but questions around regulation and geopolitical risk were still thick in the air. Healthcare names were trading at rich valuations, while growth names were getting stretched again. And consumer plays, while still strong on paper, were starting to look fragile under inflation pressure. It's not that these were bad companies. It's that they didn't offer what Burry values most: protection, predictability, and price. So he cleared them out. And by doing that, he freed up cash. He gave himself the flexibility to wait, not just for good companies, but for the right prices. Because Burry doesn't sell everything unless he sees an opportunity forming. And that opportunity finally came into focus in the second quarter. New names, new conviction, a tight, calculated portfolio that tells you exactly where he.
This is just annoying the shit out of me. It has 58,000 views, and we're 3 minutes deep, and we've not learned anything other than this is so AI generated it hurts.
sees value today. And now we're going to break it down, one stock at a time. When you look at Burry's new portfolio in the second quarter of 2025, one thing jumps out immediately: focus. After selling everything off in Q1, he came back not with a scattered list of 20 or 30 names, but with 5 core holdings. That's it. 5 companies now make up almost his entire portfolio, with just one minor trim on an existing position. Let's break them down. First up,
About damn time. 3 minutes and 19 seconds in.
Lululemon.
Lululemon. Good gravy. That took too long to get to. All right, let's go to Lululemon first. Lulu. Who's texting me? Dagum, Scott's texting me. He just highlighted something. 199. Okay, we got to look at that in a minute. Oh, Scott, he's bringing it the heat. Okay. All right. So Lululemon, downtrend, very obvious downtrend with a buy signal. The sector, discretionary sector, getting more greedy. Discretionary sector looking pretty strong on the breadth. And Lululemon itself was fearful, but losing the fear, moving up. Lulu over here. Come on. We already lost power once today. Are we losing Lululemon? We're losing Lululemon over here quickly. All right, this one looks like it hit a bottom for sure. It's developed a support order block. It does have one overhead right at the 50-day. I mean, this is not a beautiful one to me. So we didn't look at the market yet though. This looks good on the sector. The trend looks terrible. We got a buy signal on it here. The fear and greed looks good. And outlier blocks, it does have a support. It does have one as resistance, but it's got some room. Where's the market at? Let's go to that real quick. Market breadth today as well. Let's zoom in over here. All right, market breadth today. Less downtrends. I'm sorry, more downtrends, less uptrends. That's not exactly what we want to see. Breadth is still crossed over, so I'll give you. I'm sorry, let me make that green here. I'll give you yellow light here. Market shows a sell signal in a bullish trend. Sell signal, bullish trend. All right, there you go. So we're looking really strong overall. Lululemon gets a weak buy. Lululemon gets a weak buy, but listen, don't even think about buying it. Don't even think about touching it in a downtrend. Now, you tell me in the chat, I'm looking for audience participation. You tell me in the chat, what do we want to see to confirm if this is an uptrend or a downtrend? There's Scott. Scott gives me goosebumps every time he texts me. I'm like, oh, what kind of evil genius discovery have we found today? Lambo stamp, very cool. I like it. But I'm looking for what Dr. J says: the 10 over the 20, price over the 50. Right? You don't need a million moving averages. You don't need a million different indicators. You just need the 10 EMA, the 20 EMA, and the 50 EMA. The 10's your short term, the 20's your intermediate term, and your 50's your long term. Like Steve Mucha got right here. Like Carol Catherine got right there. We got, is this Yoakum? Yoakum got it right there. Justin got it right there. Ozzy Ian, graduate of OVTLYR University. Cheers to you, Ozzy Ian, with my OVTLYR University mug and hat for the day. Yeah, 10 over 20, price over 50 is what we're looking for. So don't even touch it until that happens, right? Now, if you want to, by all means, go for it. However, let's look at AMD as an example. AMD, when it crossed over on May 7th, doubled. Huge, big, giant, beautiful move up. But in the meantime, all the way down, you had your 10 under 20 price under 50 for except for 3 days. When it jumped up and came right back down, that would have been a very quick entry exit, and that's okay. Sometimes you make a buck or lose a buck, but there are other times where you make hundreds of bucks, okay? So until that reverses on Lululemon, we don't know how far down it can go. And AMD is just such a great example. We don't know how far it can go.
This was the biggest buy, 50,000 shares, worth close to 11.9 million, making up over 21% of his portfolio. And if you're surprised Burry's betting big on yoga pants, you're not alone. Lululemon isn't a typical value stock in the traditional sense, but with its price cut nearly in half and valuation ratios crashing below historical norms, it suddenly fits the profile. The company
Hold on. I mean, sure. Using AMD, I don't know why it's going so slow today, but using AMD as an example, since it's taking its sweet ass time to go. There we go. Good gravy. This is the wrong side of the market cycle. Let's be 100% honest and transparent here. This looks like a stage 4 downtrend if I've ever seen it, right? There's your stage 1 basing, stage 2 run up, stage 3 where the moving averages start to cross, stage 4 down, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, right? Could this be the start of stage 1? It could, but you're not going to get paid until, mathematically speaking, like legitimately mathematically speaking, you're not going to get paid until the trend template sets up. Okay, so I don't know what template he's talking about here, but granted, Michael Burry probably has such a bigger brain than my itty bitty baby brain.
company's share price is down more than 50% from its 2023 highs. Its price to earnings ratio has dropped to around 13, which is well below its historical average, making it look like a premium brand
That means nothing. Legitimately nothing.
on discount. And this isn't a struggling retailer.
Oh, you know what, Joe? I agree with you. I was just thinking to myself, I don't get Lulu. In addition to the trend, it's got so much competition, and then there's tariffs. I'm not sure how it holds its margins, right? Lululemon's like leggings and, what else do they sell? Like sports equipment, right? Sports clothes, right? Bro, just walk up into a cat. This shirt, I love these shirts. I get these at Academy because I really like how they fit. I like the texture of them, and they all have really strong necklines, which is really important to me. I like a strong neckline. But like this shirt, $10. And the other day, I went and I got several more because it was buy one get one 50% off. So for you know 750 each, Chris got a whole mess of black and white ones. How much would that cost me at Lululemon? 57, $97, something crazy like that? Yeah, they're not getting my money. Just not gonna happen.
Lululemon still pulls in healthy margins and has loyal customers worldwide. Burry's move here suggests he sees temporary fear, not long-term decline. Then there's Bruker Corporation. This is a
I don't know Bruker. Someone tell me in the chat what Bruker's symbol is.
return play. He held it before, sold out in Q1, and then bought back in Q2 with 250,000 shares worth over 10 million, now making up around 18% of his portfolio. Bruker builds scientific instruments used in biotech and research, not flashy, but essential. Yes, their Q2 results came in a little soft, with revenue of 797.
I don't know what Bruker is. Is BRKR? BRKR? Okay, let's go look at BRKR. BRKR. Plastic clothing sucks. Bruker. Okay, cool. Thank y'all for that. All right, so Bruker, we got the buy signal here. Still looks like it's in a downtrend though. The healthcare sector, super greedy and rising. Healthcare sector, however, looks like it may have peaked on breadth, and we're getting less uptrends, more downtrends. So let's go over here and let's reset these. So very strong fear and greed. I'm not going to give you breadth there. I'll give you that. This is going to stay where it is. And then the stock, have a buy signal, less greed, more greed, less fear. Boom, boom. And signal. Oh, wait a minute. The trend. Bruker, BRKR. Good gravy. Why is this so slow? Ozempic equals more Lululemon sales. Maybe so. Maybe so. Oh my gosh, why is this so slow today? 10 is under the 20. I can tell you for sure the price is under the 50, even though it's not there. So the trend is bad. Any outlier blocks on top of it? No outlier blocks on top of it. So I'll give you that. Weak buy? week buy. Not the worst that could ever happen. Not the worst that could ever happen. But certainly, again, just like Lululemon, don't be touching this until the trend reverses. Do not be touching it until the trend reverses. Now, it could go up to millions and millions of dollars a share. Is that likely? Unlikely. But it could do amazing things. And you're only going to get paid when the trend is pushing up. Just like the trend was pushing down here, you got money evaporating out of your account. You're getting more broker. You're getting more broker if you were holding the stock on the way down. Maybe you're getting more broker on this side, but you're going to get more richer. You're going to get more richer as it's moving up. Who's texting me? That would be Simon. Hang on, I gotta close that window so I don't keep getting notifications. All right.
$1 million and earnings down nearly 40% year over year. But the underlying business remains solid, and the stock is trading well below fair value estimates. For Burry, this
Fair value. When I hear the terms priced in or the terms fair value, it just gives me the ick. Right? My wife tells me, one thing or another that I do gives her the ick. You know what gives me the ick in trading? Fair value or something being priced in. Who the frick determined its fair value? You know what the fair value of it today is? Exactly $34.67. You know what the fair value of it was on this date here? $44.08. The fair value is the value that somebody else transacted with one other person, maybe more than one other person, right? When the transaction was being made, that was a fair value at that moment, at that time. Don't tell me what fair value is. Are you so it's basically just price anchoring. Oh, it's under its fair value. Its fair value is 54 or 53.95. Go jump off a bridge. You and I both know that it may never, ever, ever in the rest of the history of time on God's green earth could it get to 53.95. Or it could get there by the end of the week. We don't know. So assigning it a fair value just irritates me. This video is irritating me.
This could be a bet on recovery and a play on the life sciences space regaining momentum. Third, Regeneron Pharmaceuticals. He picked up 15,000 shares, representing about 14% of his portfolio. Regeneron has long been a solid powerhouse in pharma. In the second quarter, it reported 3.68 billion.
What's someone tell me in the chat what's Regeneron? I don't know it. I don't know it. I truly don't know it.
$1 billion in revenue, up 4% from the year before. It also has a free cash flow of roughly $3.8 billion across the trailing 12 months. Not only that, it's trading at a price-to-earnings ratio.
Region. Thank you. I love when you guys are watching this. Like the live streams are so much more fun than just making a video all on your own. Thank you, Keisha. Thank you, Bjorn. Yeah, when's a stock normally valued? Exactly. It's normally valued every single day that it trades with somebody. It's normally valued every single day. This is the healthcare sector, so it's going to be the same as the prior one. Let's go review the stock. Buy signal. Looks like a bullish trend. Yeah, slightly less greedy. Or I'm sorry, slightly more greedy here. I'll give you that. And then let's go to region, REGN, REGN. Oh no, they make the vaccines. No. What in the world was that avatar? Is that a shark with freaking laser beams on its head? I love it. Okay, region. Is it? What is this? Is this the everything that's like been sold off so hard list of stocks? All of these look terrible. Let's look at region here. You got your 10 over 20, price over 50. We can see that. It actually does have a support order block right there. So this absolutely could give it some room to help pump it back up to this next order block. So I'll make that green. I'm okay with that. Again, weak buy. So this one of the bunch that we've seen is the best. However, if it closes under the 10 EMA like it did yesterday, that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing at all. It could bounce. We just have to wait and see. But of course, if it breaks the 10 EMA, which it did, that means the short-term trend has broken down.
Ratio of around 14, while its 10-year average has hovered closer to 26.
Steve, right there. Dude, I'm so glad you brought that up, right? They're so low, they must be worth buying, right? They can't go any lower. Yeah, I've already had my my AMD rant, but that's the thing, right? Is that when people want to confuse an asset versus a consumable, right? This incredible OVTLYR University mug, which you can get at our merch store now, it's like enormous as well. This incredible Outlier University mug is a consumable, right? If this goes on sale, I'm cool with that because I know that I'm not trying to make this, I'm not trying to find a way to flip this for more money, right? If this Outlier University hat goes on sale, I understand that I'm not going to be able to sell it for the same price that I bought it for. That's okay. It's a used consumable good, is what it is. When we're talking about assets, we want them going up in value. Let's use an example. Imagine you're moving, right? And you're trying to figure out where you're going to move, right? There's lots of cities. You want to move to Texas because it's the greatest state in the, well, it's basically the greatest nation on earth. And you're looking and you're like, okay, where are the Texas roadhouses going in, right? Because this is an indicator. This, call it Chris's patented Texas Roadhouse indicator. Where they're putting in Texas roadhouses, that is the place where people are moving to. That's where people want to go. That's where people are spending their money. If the Texas roadhouses are closing down, if they're moving out, if asset prices are going down on all the houses, you don't want to buy a house there. You want to be going where the assets are growing in value, just like a stock is an asset. Consider it that way. It is a huge, huge, huge boom to you in your portfolio to buy stocks as they're crashing up versus buying stocks as they're crashing down. Oh my good gravy. Let's look at all the zooming I have to do on this. It is a huge boom to your portfolio to buy stocks as they're crashing up versus stocks as they're crashing down. Now, it's not that hard to figure out. You just throw the trend template on there, and when it starts pushing down, don't buy it. Right? Can you buy the dip way down here? For sure. For sure. Can it be like AMD and double from this point? For sure. But it's not going to do it unless the moving averages are showing you that the trend is pushing higher. Remember this, write this on my tombstone. Buy stocks as they're crashing up, not as they're crashing down. And Mikey Mike, the market maker, confirms with me, Texas is the greatest nation on earth.
So even though this is a highly profitable company, the market isn't giving it full credit. For someone like Burry who loves cash flow and hates hype, that's the kind of math that works. Next up, Mercado Libre, Latin America's version of Amazon. He bought 3,000 shares, worth 7.8 million,
All right, someone tell me Mercado Libre's ticker symbol.
putting nearly 14% of his capital behind it. This one breaks the mold a bit. Unlike
Brandon gets it.
the others, it isn't cheap by traditional metrics. Its price to earnings ratio is sitting above 58. But here's why Burry might be
Melly. Thank y'all very much. Melly. All right. Looking at Melly, got a buy signal. Ooh, looks like we have a good trend going. Discretionary, moving higher in the sector, moving higher on fear and greed, moving higher on the stocks, fear and greed. Buy signal. This is looking great. All right. So this is looking good. The trend, the signal, the fear and greed. Let's check for outlier blocks on top of Melly. Let's see. Why is this so slow today? Oh my gosh. This is painful. It's a $2,400 stock. Goodness. All right. It does have an order block a little bit ahead, but it's in a bullish trend. I like to see at least 2%. At least 2%. It's got about 5% move up to that order block right there. I'll give you green order blocks right there. That's a strong buy. That's a strong buy for me. Now, this is what a stock looks like when it's crashing up. And then it's gone sideways since that point. The trend has changed direction instead of down, it's starting to move up. So honestly, I can get behind this one. If you were going to buy the dip on anything, this is what you want to buy the dip on when it's pushing up higher, consolidated, and then maybe potentially looking for another move up higher. But good gravy, a $2,400 stock. Ugh.
okay with that. Growth. In the second quarter, Mercado Libre posted revenue of $6.8 billion, up 34% year over year.
Wait, I'm on a 5-minute chart? No, that's the 1-day chart. That's the 1-day chart.
Its operating income hit a record high of $825 million.
By the way, speaking of Mexico, since we talked about Texas being the greatest nation on earth, I just heard yesterday that this is political news for a moment. I couldn't believe this. There is a senator, a Mexican senator, who's come out saying that the whole Mexican government is controlled by the cartels. And I was like, whoa, hang on a minute. These are fighting words. And like, clearly she's going to be gone by the end of the week. It was nice knowing her. But yeah, Mexico's got major issues down there. I studied abroad in Mexico City in 2006. It was great. It was awesome. Mexico City was beautiful, at least in 2006. The weather was amazing, and even in the summer, we were up in the mountains, so it was like 70 degrees all the time. They didn't even have air conditioning. We went out to the Aztec pyramids out there. We went to Tequila Factory. We went to the Corona Factory. It was glorious. So I have a soft spot in my heart for the Mexican culture. And yeah, it's really disheartening to hear that Mexico has fallen to the cartels like that.
And it's not just e-commerce. The company's fintech division is booming, handling payments across the continent. This looks like a classic pay up for dominance play. Expensive? Sure. But Burry might see this as buying the future at today's price. And finally, there's United Health Group. He bought 20,000.
Oh, good gravy. Did UHC bottom? Or yes, it's UH. Where is it? UHC? UHC. United, no. UNC? UNH. There, United Health Group. There it is. UNH. I knew it was UH something. Brandon wants everyone to know that he is Mexican. Awesome, Brandon. Okay. UNH. Warren Buffett bought some the other day. Now, this trend has changed for sure, but look, it's inside this order block now, right? We've got a lot of trapped buyers right here. They got excited. They heard the news about Warren Buffett buying it, and then it's going sideways, right? Warren Buffett's time frame, and maybe Michael Burry's time frame too, differs vastly than 99% of people out there. And where I want to go with that is that most people, when they get into the market, they hear something like Warren Buffett bought a stock, and they think immediately, oh, it has to go to the moon, right? Dude's planning on holding this, I imagine, until he's long dead. Michael Burry may be holding this, I imagine, for potentially years. But most people get into a stock like this because they hear a story, they get excited about the story, and then when the price isn't going up, they get scared, they get fearful, they don't know what to do, and then they hold on to a dog that just goes down and down and down because the time frame that they heard doesn't match up with the time frame that they want to trade on, and then they lose money time after time after time after time. What we do is not normal. Being profitable in the market is not normal. I'm being 100% serious with you. 90% of people lose 90% of their account in the first 90 days of trading. I did it twice, right? So in that way, I was also normal. But if you are making money in this game, you are in the top 10% of people. It sounds crazy, but if you are greater than positive, you are in the top 10% of traders. But you also need to keep in mind that people like Michael Burry, people like Warren Buffett, they trade on different time frames. Don't base your trades on what someone else is doing. You need to act like a fund manager, come up with your own plan, and then follow that plan to a T, no matter what, because that's exactly what a fund manager like Michael Burry would do.
1,000 shares, giving it about 11% of the portfolio. This is the most Burry pick of them all, a large, stable, cash-rich healthcare leader that's been temporarily knocked down. United Health brought in revenue of $111.6 billion in Q2, which was up 12.8% year over year. But concerns about tightening margins and rising costs have weighed on the stock. As a result, it's trading at a price-to-earnings ratio around 13, far below its average of 22 or more. Burry's move here is simple. Buy a great business when the market is too focused on short-term noise. Now, there was one small sell this quarter. Estee Lauder. He reduced
Oh,
it.
good. Give me a break. All right, whoever put Chris is gonna rage quit the video, you're exactly right. Estee Lauder. Oh, I gotta hear that one more
His
time.
stake by now. There was one small sell this quarter. Estee Lauder.
Estee Lauder. Oh my gosh. How shitty is this AI? Estee Lauder. Oh, yes. And so on that note, I can't watch any more of this video. So listen, I love I love the stock market. This is my favorite thing in the world. And whenever you're looking to put on trades, of course, you need to be able to follow your plan. We just talked about several stocks on here. Some of these are going to be great. Some of these are going to be total monkey donkey doo doo. But in the meantime, if you have a plan, just enact that plan, follow that plan, treat your portfolio as if you are a fund manager. Don't Monday morning quarterback anything. Figure out a plan, stick to the plan, back test your plan, and then run that plan as if everything in your life depended on it. Don't freak out. Don't get emotional. Follow the plan. In the meantime, if you're ready to save time, make money, and start winning with less risk, click one of these two videos. We'll talk soon.